Angel Reese's latest podcast decision has left her listeners disappointed, primarily due to her choice of guest. Yeah, I think a lot of people were like, who cares about these people? Honestly.
I was shocked when I saw Angel Reese's podcast numbers yesterday. Some episodes have dropped to just 66 views, an unbelievable drop for someone of her stature. The decline came after she brought on Jada Chaves and De Dior to talk about dating wealthy men, a topic that didn't sit well with her basketball fans. Many felt disconnected, wondering why she veered so far from what made them follow her in the first place.
Like, she might have just met her match with the viewership or algorithm. I don't know what it is, but her podcast has hit an immediate roadblock. We're talking Angel Reese, superstar basketball player for the Chicago Sky. I mean, people get more views covering her than her actual podcast with her in the footage interviewing celebs. I mean, I just cannot believe this, bro.
What began as a drop in numbers quickly turned into a full-blown controversy when Angel Reese fired back at critics, telling fans to shut the f*** up. Suddenly, it wasn't just about her content. It became a question of character. To make matters worse, comparisons to Caitlin Clark's potential podcast success are everywhere, making the contrast even harder to ignore.
From hosting fellow athletes like Dejanay Carrington, Skylar Diggins-Smith, and basketball legend Lisa Leslie, to musicians like Sexy Red, Glorilla, and more, the Sky Forward received positive feedback from listeners and viewers. However, the most recent episode received mixed reviews.
Angel Reese's choice to feature reality TV personalities Jada Chaves and De Dior was a major shift from what her audience expected. Her podcast, mainly followed by basketball fans, suddenly felt out of touch. While past episodes focused on basketball culture and athletic growth, this one took a completely different direction, creating an immediate disconnect with her core audience.
Reese's podcast featured reality stars Jada Chaves and Des Doria? I don't know. I don't even care. Who discussed their experiences on season 1 of BET's The Impact Atlanta, as well as their candid views on online criticism, dating, and career.
The conversation quickly drifted away from sports and instead centered on dating in the entertainment industry. The guests made it clear they would only date men who earn more than they do. What began as a discussion about industry challenges turned into an hour-long talk almost entirely about financial expectations and relationships.
Issue regarding relationships. As for Reese, she mentioned men's insecurities when it comes to women earning a higher income than their partners. Is that still a thing? That still bothers people? Okay. Quote, a lot of men don't also like women. My God, the grammar. What the bleep? A lot of men don't also like women that got their own. My God, folks. You read quotes from her, your IQ points just melt away.
Basketball fans expecting insights into the game, training routines, or Angel's career instead found themselves listening to what felt like a reality show. The conversation stayed surface level, never diving deeper. One fan summed it up perfectly. This sounds like any random dating show, not something I'd expect from an athlete I respect.
Following the interview, fans expressed their dismay over the responses they gave about money and relationships, feeling it overshadowed other important topics. Quote, they said a lot of nothing. The responses are dumb.
The backlash was swift and intense. Comment sections flooded with disappointment, with fans calling the episode a complete waste of time. They literally talked about nothing for an hour, one viewer wrote. Another longtime supporter added, I've followed Angel since college, but it feels like she's forgetting the fans who backed her from the start. The response was more than just criticism. Fans started unfollowing in droves, making their frustration clear. This episode exposed a major disconnect between Angel and her audience. She seemed to believe her followers would embrace reality TV-style content, but her platform was built on basketball fans who admired her achievements and expected content that reflected that passion.
Fans took to social media to blast Angel Reese for this upcoming interview. Now, I'm here to tell you guys, I told y'all, Angel Reese she ain't tripping on basketball, bro. She's looking like she want to be a celebrity, reality show type woman, and that's the route that she's going.
Even longtime supporters started questioning her direction. Was basketball no longer the priority? Had fame changed her focus? These weren't just random critics. These were fans who had supported her rise in women's basketball. They wanted the driven, determined Angel they knew from the court, not someone who seemed to be shifting towards celebrity culture.
Another person added, quote, "This is like the one podcast where 3 kids judge food they haven't eaten, laugh out loud." The same goes for a commenter who said, "Losing brain cells listening to this podcast." I just said IQ points were literally melting away from my brain pan as we speak.
This misstep triggered a major exodus of followers. Basketball fans who had once celebrated Angel's achievements now felt completely disconnected from her content. The episode sparked a wider conversation about athlete platforms, authenticity, and the responsibility that comes with influence. Many started comparing her to other athletes who had stayed true to their core audience and values. And those comparisons weren't just speculation, the numbers told the real story. What happened next was a brutal wake-up call. Ever wondered what an overnight audience collapse looks like? Angel Reese's podcast viewership plummeted so drastically that it's almost unbelievable without seeing the data firsthand.
Angel, all these women out here doing phenomenal things, but you choose rappers' girlfriends to interview, just really throws me. That's a hell of a good comment.
Before all this controversy, Angel's podcast had a strong foundation. Being part of Shaquille O'Neal's The Big Podcast Network gave her instant credibility and top-tier production support. Advantages most new podcasters could only dream of. She was building something solid, featuring respected athletes like DJ Carrington, Skylar Diggins-Smith, and Lisa Leslie. These guests connected with her basketball-focused audience and helped shape the identity of her podcast.
How the hell did Angel Reese go from being superstar basketball player to views in the hundreds? Yes, you heard me correctly. Views in the hundreds.
How does a well-known athlete with such a huge following experience a drop like this? The numbers are almost impossible to believe. Some episodes are now getting as few as 66 views. Yes, 66. To put that in perspective, it's like hitting a buzzer-beater shot in a packed arena, and almost everyone walks out before the ball even reaches the hoop. The gap between her social media following and actual viewership is jaw-dropping.
We have to pull up her podcast, man, because y'all might think I'm lying. I am not lying. This is not clickbait at all, guys. So as we pull up the Unapologetically Angel podcast, I mean, hell, she just released the episode 10 minutes ago. It got 66 views. This one right here got 781.
Her podcast couldn't even hit 5,000 views in a whole week. Think about that, a nationally recognized athlete, fresh off a championship season and tons of media coverage, couldn't get 5,000 people to click play. For someone with her level of visibility and built-in basketball fan base, those numbers are a total disaster.
People ain't feeling them, bruh. I mean, damn. I mean, Angel Reese haven't got over 5,000 views in over a week, dog. Last time she got 100,000 views was like...
The suddenness of the drop is striking. This wasn't a slow fade where viewers gradually lost interest over time. The viewership graph looks like a blocked shot. 1 minute she had an audience, and the next, it was almost completely gone. The timing couldn't be more clear. The sharp decline came right after the controversial episode, making it obvious what caused the collapse.
And it seemed like everything went downhill after this interview, bruh. I can't even lie. But it's looking like it's been going downhill since before this damn interview. I can't even lie to you. It's looking like Kennedy Carter might be, DJ Carrington might be her biggest view.
Comparing her current performance to earlier episodes shows a dramatic contrast. It looks like there's been a more than 90% drop in engagement, almost overnight. Imagine putting in months of work to build something, only to watch most of it disappear in just a few days. This is a massive misjudgment of what her audience expected. Subscribers aren't just tuning out, they're actively disconnecting. They're unsubscribing and unfollowing her social accounts, intentionally distancing themselves from her brand. This exodus clearly shows how deeply her audience felt betrayed by the shift in content.
If you're going in terms of breaking it up, but damn, dog, it ain't looking good for Angel, bruh. Now, I just wanted to show y'all the numbers to show y'all I wasn't clickbaiting or picking on Angel.
Even with Shaquille O'Neal's network backing her, top-notch production, and the built-in audience from her basketball fame, the podcast still couldn't escape the fallout from not understanding what her viewers truly wanted.
She's had a lot of like rappers and these what I call D-list celebrities, which is the reality TV show. That's a D-list celebrity. They're not an actual celebrity, really and truly. It's not like they won American Idol, right?
For someone seen as a trailblazer in women's basketball, these viewership numbers are a major wake-up call. The audience is sending a clear message about what they want. And it's not celebrity gossip or shallow talks about relationship finances. The data reveals one of the most dramatic collapses we've seen from an athlete's media platform.
A social media user left a harsh comment, wrote the least informative podcast on earth. Yikes.
With her viewership plummeting, Angel Reese faced a crucial decision: address her fans' concerns or stick to her vision. Instead, what she chose to do left even her most loyal supporters questioning everything. 4 simple words. Shut the up. Turn what could have been a minor content misstep into one of the worst PR disasters in recent WNBA history.
Then she took the X and pretty much let the fans know how she was feeling. Let's pull up the tweet right now. This is the tweet right here. Angel Reese stated, "This is my podcast. Shut the F up. You don't watch. Thank you."